Hello, everybody.
Okay, hi. Hassanal Abdullah is a Bangladeshi American poet, novelist, critic, songwriter, and editor. The author of 62 books, he is the creator of the Swatandra sonnet and the author of a Bengali epic on cosmology. His poetry has been translated into 18 languages and published internationally. He has participated in poetry festivals across 5 continents, including the Struga Poetry Evenings. A recipient of 5 international poetry awards, he is a retired New York City high school mathematics teacher and has edited Shab Dagucha, an international poetry magazine since 1998. Let's give a warm Brownstone welcome to Asano.
Thank you so much. Everybody could hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I actually remember that I was personally reading for Brownstone poets a couple of times. Went to Brooklyn. Remember that?
It was a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, a while ago. Yeah, a long time ago. And listening to all these poets, it's really a great pleasure. And thank you for inviting me. Um, Before I go on, my next reading is going to be New York City Poetry Festival of 19 July 19 4:30, and two international coming up, which is I'm going to go to Poland in November and India in December. Anyway, yes, I have been working a lot, and I always believe that I'm a 24 hours poet. So my collected I'm from Bangladesh. I was born in Bangladesh long time ago, 59 years ago, and I came to this country 36 years ago and graduated from Hunter College, then taught at LaGuardia Community College. Later, I saw that it was very tough keeping on writing and teaching as a well becoming I needed my PhD in order to continue in college, which I rejected for poetry. And my professor said you have to stop writing poetry for 5 years in order to do PhD in math. So I rejected that and I went to teach in a high school. I retired 2 years ago for my early retirement. Anyway, I edit the magazine Shabdaguchu for 28 years. 28th anniversary issue is coming up. I'm going to read 15 minutes, right? So
Mm-hmm.
let me know when the time is almost there. The first poem is With a Little Cash. If I have a little cash, I will open an art shop. My modernist call will raise echo and journey to corners of places not reached before. Let a few days pass by. If I have a little cash, I will wash your soft feet with spring water. If I have some money, I will buy the giant sky. Wandering all day on its floor, birds will wake me up and they will again put me easily asleep. The world will find my hands in its own if the crooked line of restlessness is wiped away. With some money, I will spend my time listening to the bees. Faraway conversations, no longer talking from wire to wire, no more wasting of sleep. Bangladesh, take a note of it. I will rest my head upon your breast and sleep all night in tranquility when I have just a little cash. Well, my that dream is not going to be fulfilled because the country is now occupied by fundamentalists. It's really every day, in an average, 10 people are being killed in the street right now. So that's a sad news. This I'm reading from this book. Actually, this is my Polish version of this book. Came out last year. This is my second book in Polish, English bilingual. So I'll read another poem from there. Let's see if I could read the first poem on this book. Yeah. I wait for something better. I wait for something better. A better start of the day, a better evening. I wait for a better song, bird feathers, a better piece of poetry. I wait for a better breaking news. I wait for something better. A better afternoon, a luminous face, better words, sunny sky. I wait for a better book. I wait for something better. A better stream, a better boat, cheerful offspring, a room full of guests. I wait for a better friendship. I wait for something better. A better house, an open balcony, a fresh breeze, lots of flowers, a better land of green, a better harvest. I wait for a better life. I must say thank you, Patricia, Roxanne, and my co-readers, all my co-readers. Richard, I know Richard for many years. I was a feature on his place, and I published him a couple of times on my magazine. So, and Indran, this is the first time I'm meeting him, so I'm waiting to listen to you. Roxanne said I introduced a different type of sonnets. It called Swatantra sonnet. There are, I wrote about 230 sonnets. Uh, it's not Petrarchan, not Shakespearean. It's 14 lines, but as a math student, I broke it down into 7 7. And the rhyming scheme A B C D A B C E F G D E F G. So the D sound, fourth line of the first stanza and fourth line of the second stanza. Someone was reading Fibonacci mountain, knows math, so that's like foci of an ellipse, two foci. So there are 6 editions of the book came out from Bangladesh and India, and 2 editions in English, one from here, one from India. So I'll read 2 sonnets from there. This is still available in Amazon.com, and the other one, 100 Swatantra Sonnets, my translation, with the rhyme and rhythm intact. So it took me long, long time. First, I introduced this sonnet 1994. About that time, I rejected my PhD 1995. So I thought that, well, I have to complete this, series of sonnets. And the epic that's been recently translated, waiting for finding a publisher. Number 77. I have heard the noble sound of your footsteps, my love. Come closer and slowly open your heart. Spread the fragrance of your beautiful breast. Let the door be closed. Embrace me tightly with your gentle hand and let your sweetest lips and set your sweetest lips on mine like a wild dove. Keep on crawling up to finding my heart's main thread, vivid as the spring tumbling at the ocean floor. Take off the seamless boutique sari and raise both hands to untie your hair. Brush me like rose petals. Without you, I'm always lonely, dry and dark. Implant the fresh eternal light in my green land and don't bother making the bed tonight. Rather soothe the warmth of my tense body, my tropical cells, spreading the pure touch of your astounding spark. Thank you. Though I keep the style and rhythm intact, I try to write all the sonnets like a prose poem. So anybody who does not care about the rhythm and rhyme could read as a prose poem. Some of the sonnets I wrote from the first line to the last line, one sentence. So some of this took me real time, and I developed my blood pressure doing that. My doctor said, do not write sonnets anymore, but I kept on doing that. This one is about Hiroshima, Nagasaki, that bombing in 1945. Sonnet number 121. Sometimes death itself stays awake throughout the whole night, the way once Nagasaki did with its flames on the nuclear bomb in its charred heart. Those stalled August night might be harshly suited to the dead, that coward, helpless, and husky time torn the soul of our civilization with its raising emblems. Since then, anything is possible in this world. Since then, we live closer to death as if our days are calm like a half-wit's. Staying awake, we could hear the dead like insects singing vigorous vibes. Our Hiroshima existence, often shredded in the cascade of death and hunger, and the rage, the bloody wounds of the late 1940s would still ooze horrible past, grinding all our lost lives. Thank you. The next poem I'm going to read from this book is called Under the Thin Layers of Light. This has been actually translated into a couple of languages. Came out in Spanish, which is available Amazon. Came out in Chinese and Polish. And recently, someone is working to do it in Arabic and Swedish. There are two poets. So this poem about my dad, 1971. I don't know if you remember, there was a war between Bangladesh and Pakistan, and 3 million people were killed. My dad was one of them. I was only 3.5 years old. And he was lined up with other people and shot by the river. With the wound, he jumped into the river. So this is the picture I'm portraying here. Unfortunately, after 55 years, those collaborators took over the country right now, so we have no place in there. The cacophony of gunfire. Suddenly, he jumped into the river. Suddenly, he managed to jump into the river. Suddenly, at the devastating moment, he jumped into the river. Suddenly, at that fearsome, devastating moment, he jumped into the river. Suddenly, with a horrible wound, at that fearsome, bloody, devastating moment, he jumped into the river. The surging waves turned red with his blood. The cacophony of the clattering gunfire was still vibrating in the air, and the constant cry of the wounded and dying. It's been happening all over. It's been happening all over. As we are reading, speaking at this moment, people are dying all over the world. We can do anything. Poets, Stanley Kunitz once told me that all poets are from same mother. Yes, we have a brotherhood of poetry. I feel that way while I go to different poetry festivals and got friendship, and that friendship goes on for years, for lifetimes. I feel that he's right, but we poets have very little to do that uh, for that killing. But we could raise our voice. This hand, the next poem. This hand is a postulate of a postmodern poem. removing the drastic dust of modernism hastily. It brings mind and moments to the heart of human heritage. Cool, robust, crafty, gentle, tranquil, artistically composed, and mutually supportive. This hand is of Africa, at the hazy sides of Asia, a vigorous treatment of temporal time, accepting amulets of the wrenched human beings and their staggering survival in New York City. This hand turns momentarily further apiece, visiting the refugee camp of Kosovo, supplying bottles of milk to the naked, hungry, lacerated children of Iraq, sitting beside the arsenic-scalded, less fortunate housewives of Bangladesh, and washing out the heartache with tears. This hand rises up again against the nuclear terror 52 weeks a year. Thank you. You are a great listener, great poets. I was listening some of these poets. I took notes. I will ask you to submit to my magazine. I gave you the Shabdagutsu email on the chat. The next poem, I Will Eat. I'll read it in Bengali first because this is a very rhythmic poem. I mean, whenever I go to any country and go to schools, the students, they started chanting with me. When I read this poem, it's called Ami Khabo, I Will Eat. I'll read the English part first, then Bengali, so that you see what I was talking about. By the way, all these poems, did you say anything?
It's been the last one.
This is the last one. Very good. I will eat. I will eat. Eating now and will eat more. Whatever I get, I will eat for sure. I'll eat the dawn, the dusk, and the dark. On the way to work, back to home. I will eat on the train and bus. I will eat whatever I pass. I will eat heaven and hell, wise guys and the loon. I will eat the sun and the moon. I will come and go as I wish, eating the bugle of 1,000 battles at ease, scandals too, whatever I please. I will eat silver, gold, eyes, ears, and the face. I will eat each and every race. Yes, I will. I'll eat palaces, coaches, guards of all swine and roaches. I'll eat the mask of the hypocrite. Yes, I will eat. I will eat peasants, the monarch's head, alive, not the dead, the tyrant's fate with feet. I will eat. Do I have time to read the Bengali part?
Quickly, thank you, because we need to move on. Thank you.
খাবো আমি খাবো খাচ্ছি এবং আরো খাবো যা যা পাবো আমি খাবো সকাল খাবো সন্ধ্যা খাবো রাত্রি খাবো কাজে যাওয়া আসার সময় ট্রেন ও বাসের যাত্রী খাবো আমি খাবো আমি খাবো আকাশ খাবো পাতাল খাবো ভদ্রলোকার মাতাল খাবো চন্দ্র খাবো সূর্য খাবো হাজার রনের তুর্য খাবো ইচ্ছা মতন আসবো যাবো ইচ্ছা মতন কিচ্ছা খাবো আমি খাবো রৌপ্য খাবো স্বর্ণ খাবো মুখ চোখ ও কর্ণ খাবো বিশ্বের সব বর্ণ খাবো আমি খাবো আমি খাবো দালান কোঠা গাড়ি খাবো সব শুয়োরের নারী খাবো ভণ্ড খাজার দাড়ি খাবো আমি খাবো আমি খাবো রোজা খাবো রাজা খাবো মৃত নয় তাজা খাবো অত্যাচারীর সাজা খাবো আমি খাবো আমি খাবো Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much for listening. And I have been really delighted and honored.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Wonderful reading. Thank you, Hassanal.